Well, hey everybody, as you're coming on, this is Joe Licciardi. I'm coming to you live tonight from Lake Elsinore, California. And man, we are in a new month. May just kind of flew by and as we head into the summer months is when we in the network marketing industry, we see growth, we see expansion, we see new ranks being broke. And so tonight, we thought we'd do something a little different tonight because we've had a recent price change, recent BVPV change, and because we have someone who's available to us who is an expert in building this comp plan because he built it. Tonight, we're going to go through kind of a breakdown of the compensation plan because I know whether you're new or whether you brand new to just joined as a brand partner with Hulsa, or you're someone who's been doing it for a while, there's always those questions. And I was just telling Jeff, I have questions, right? I'm not the comp plan expert. My way of doing it is just let's go out there and build it. I know how to build a comp plan, but I know how to work a comp plan, but Jeff is an expert in building them. He understands them the in and out. He's one of those really educated guys that knows how to run, uh, you know, what's that word, Jeff? Where you just kind of run it out over time. That's come on, you're on mute. Unmute yourself. What's it called? Where you run out the numbers?
There you go. Yeah, like an actuarial
Yeah. So
on the numbers.
he knows how to run out the numbers, and I'm not that way. So what we're going to do tonight is Jeff's going to run through. You'll see this is the new comp plan training platform, so you'll be able to use it. If you don't have it, I'll find out if it's in the back office uploaded yet because we just finished it today. So if it's not, we'll make sure we get it uploaded in your back office as well as the Verb app. So with no further ado, we're going to let Jeff Rogers take it away. And Jeff, go ahead, and I'll interject where I feel it might be appropriate. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Well, thank you, my friend, very much. And we are excited. We have, as everybody's noticed, we've just lowered the prices, which is phenomenal. I'd rather pay less than more. I think it goes without saying. So we're going to go ahead and get right into comp plan training. And what I want to tell you is when you look at our comp plan, you'll notice that we've actually broken it down into three categories. Number one, how do we help somebody get money back into their pocket quickly? Number two, how do we help you build a lasting residual income, which is really where true wealth is built? And then number three, how do we reward you for helping other people become successful on your team? Because in network marketing, you cannot be successful unless you help enough other people be successful. Joe is a prime example of that, and all the people that he's helped to grow incomes of seven figures. And so it's that this comp plan is built to do that. And the first thing I want to talk about is we have a social influencer program, which is very unique in direct sales. You don't see that very often in network marketing. As a matter of fact, most companies would rather stay away from anything social media wise. It's called death by a thousand cuts. And I understand that, but the truth is the social influencers aren't going away. They're here to stay, and they're doing very, very well. So why didn't we combine a program that has social influencers to reward the social influencer, at the same time reward our brand partners for bringing on social influencers? And so that's exactly what we've done. If you're a social influencer, what we'll pay you is you don't have the ability to build a team, but we'll pay you 30% of the retail on the first customer order that you create, and then 20% of the retail every time that customer comes back and buys a product. And we don't care which product it is. If they come back and they're a repeat customer of Hulsa, our system will automatically track that, and you will earn 20% of the retail. Now, to put this in perspective for most people, the average social influencer program pays a social influencer between 3 and 5% on the first order only. They do not get anything on any reoccurring orders, and they certainly aren't tied into a system that's going to keep dripping on the customer to offer them new products and to educate them. So really, really powerful program for the social influencers, and great for the brand partners because it will take that volume and it will track it back and forth depending on what side of your binary structure that you need the volume to count on. The next thing that we look at is vital is how, number one, how do you become a brand partner? Number one, it's only $50 to enroll to become a brand partner. This gives you your own business. You get all those tax deductions that are available to you. by owning a small business. So you get to write off, your cell phone when you're working it, the mileage, the meals when you're taking somebody out and you're talking about it. So there's a lot of write-offs that you can write off. So get with your tax professional, especially if you're considering making wholesale full-time business. Next, the important thing you need to realize is you have to be active. Now, there's no purchase of product necessary to be a brand partner. So you can actually be active through a customer sale. So either through a customer sale or your personal purchase of at least 35 PV. PV stands for personal volume. Every product that we have has a volume number attached to it. And really, that's just a fancy way of saying, of that particular product, $30 of that product is what we pay in commission. So we call that personal volume for you. Business volume is created in your downline. The next thing you're going to want to do, two separate things, is to get qualified. So first is something you do either through a customer sale or your personal purchase. Next, you're going to get two brand partners, one on your left team, one on your right team, that are each active. They've done the same thing you've done. So that's the first two things that are very important. Become active yourself, and then get two people, one on the left, one on the right, and help them become active. And that makes you qualified to earn commissions throughout the compensation plan. The next thing is building a strong retail program. This is really the foundation for every strong network marketing company that's legitimate. Is you want to make sure you have a great retail program, and we really do. We incentivize you throughout our comp plan in getting retail customers. So you have two different options. Number one, everybody gets a replicated website, is what we call it. It's your wholesale wellness site, identical to our main site. But anything that happens on that site, you'll be credited with a sale, or if somebody joins and becomes a brand partner. So you can direct a customer to the site, they can shop, and then we will send you that week, or the following week when you get your commissions, your retail commissions, the difference between the wholesale and the retail amount that your customer paid. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can actually carry a small inventory if you choose, and you can actually just give your customer that product, which I think is powerful. If somebody's really wanting it, they're wanting to try it, you can give it to them right then. They will pay you the money because you already have paid for it and you have that product in your inventory. Next, we have a 3 and free program. A 3 and free program, if you get 3 customer sales, whether they're preferred customers or they're what I call one-off customers, just a customer that goes and makes one single purchase on your website. If you get 3 of them, we'll take the average of volume of PV or BV of all 3 of those orders, and we will either give you a discount or give you that much in product for free. And this will come off of if you go on auto delivery, this will be set up as a credit in your back office for your next purchase. Now, here's what's unique about Hülsa. Most companies in their 3 for free program, those customers have to be what they call preferred customers. Those are customers that go on an auto delivery or an auto ship, or what some companies call a smart ship. So they have to get that product every single month. Now, it's great to go on that if you're a customer, because you do get a discount if you go on our auto delivery program. But you know what? The reality is it really shouldn't matter to the company. We don't care if you get a preferred customer or just a one-off customer who makes a single order. The truth is it's still a customer sale to the company. So why would we, cheat you out of that? It doesn't make any sense. So 3 customer sales in a month, and then you will have the average either in a discount or in free product on your next purchase. The next thing that we want to talk about is how do we put money back into your pocket quickly? This is where it starts. We have what we call an initial sales bonus. It actually runs over the first 30 days of every new brand partner that you enroll in the business. So this has nothing to do with your first 30 days. You could enroll or onboard a new brand partner in your second, third, fourth, fifth year, and you will earn what we call an initial sales bonus. Anything that they order during their first 30 days, we will pay you a percentage of the business volume. In this case, the standard percentage for initial sales bonus is 30% over their first 30 days. So that's really, really powerful because it allows you to earn a higher commission and a higher percentage to increase your commissions to help you break even, especially when you're new. Now, the great thing about what we do, a lot of companies have these higher bonuses in the beginning, but they don't pay the volume back in the what's called the residual part of the plan, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. We actually take 100% of the volume. We will pay you 30% of the initial sales bonus. We have a fast start I'll talk about in a second, but we also take 100% of that volume and we pay it out in the binary portion of our compensation plan, which I'll share with you in a second, which is powerful, and most people don't realize that. Next, we give you the ability to double that fast start bonus or double that initial sales bonus. We call that it's actually a 45-day fast start bonus for you to get Rising Star. But during your first 30 to 45 days in the program, if you will go out there and you get customer sales, and this is, it's a little bit, I'm not going to go too deep into it right now. Well, I mean, I guess I should. You know, we're doing a training. So if you will momentum qualify, this is due in your first 30 days. If you will create 400 PV in volume, either through your own purchases or customer sales or a combination thereof, you will what we call momentum qualify or fast start qualifies. That means you've done it yourself. So you've got the 400 customer sales or personal purchases, and now you're qualified. Now, if you get in your first 45 days, so you have 45 days to what we call the fast start qualify. And what that means is you become a Rising Star. So what you'll do, your ultimate goal is to get 4 people, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. These are all personally sponsored. So you can't bring in 2 and they bring in 1. So 2 personally sponsored left, 2 personally sponsored right, who each momentum qualify. In other words, they each, all 4 of them have individually created 400 points in personal volume for themselves during your first 45 days. If that happens, you're a Rising Star, and we will double that initial sales bonus. We will take it from 30% to 60%. But let's say that you didn't quite make it. And most companies, it's an all or nothing situation. So either you get the 4 or you don't get any additional bonus. Well, you know, when we were putting this together, we decided, you know, man, what if I was so close? What if I thought the 4th person was coming in and something happened and they just weren't able to do it? Maybe their bank account got drained. Maybe they got hacked. You know, any number of things could happen, and they didn't do it. Well, so if you get 3 and you don't quite do 4, what we'll do is we will give you 50% a bonus on the 30%. So instead of earning 30% during the first 30 days or your 45 days, you'll earn 50. You'll earn 50% of that, 45% total. So if you only get 2, we'll give you 25% of the 30%. So that instead of earning 30, you'll earn 37.5%. Now, here's a great thing about this program. It actually pays you retroactively. So if your first week, you go out there and you create 1 sale, you're going to get the 30%. If the next week you bring in somebody else on the other side, now you're qualified. Remember, 1 left, 1 right. The system will not only pay you 30% on that sale, it'll actually bump you up to 37.5% and retroactively pay you another 7.5% on the sale you made the week before. The same thing applies with all these percentages. So if that 3rd week you get a 3rd person, it'll pay you 50% or a bonus. So you get 45% total on that sale, and it will retroactively go back and it will give you another 7.5% on the first 2 sales. And then hopefully that you hit that Rising Star, get that 4th person who gets the 400 BV. At that point, you'll earn 60% on that person, and the system will go back and it will retroactively bonus you up. So you are at 60% across the board in all 4. Now you have 45 days to do this. So that's pretty powerful, Joe, that the fact that we allow people to do it, to not quite get there. Now, the nice thing about the 40%, the getting the double and getting Rising Star, is you get it for life. For as long as you're active and qualified in the business, you get to keep that. The other 2, you only get it for your first 45 days. Then after that, you're back at the 30% for as long as you're active and qualified in Hülsa.
Yeah, and there's 2 things that for me, for not really the numbers guys, there's 2 things. One, it's easier for me instead of figuring out that what you just went through there, Jeff, and you did it really well about if you only get 1, you get 30%, you get 2, you get the 37.5%. To me, I just need to get, I can understand 30 to 60. I got to get 2 on my left, 2 on my right, each with 400 in volume points. To me, that's simpler for me, but that's where, if you think about how this whole fast start bonus works, but it pays all the way up through one person, two person, three person, four person on your team, and that's how you get paid. The other thing is that I know you're going to get ready to probably say it, is that once you become a Rising Star qualified, now you're going to get bumped up from 8% on the binary commission up to 15% for the next 90 days, Jeff.
Correct, for the next 90 days. So if you achieve Rising Star status in your first 45 days, again, that's you have two people on your left, two brand partners you personally enrolled that each generate 400 PV in sales, whether customer sales or their own purchases, and two on the right. At that point, you're a Rising Star. So what we end up doing, as I said, you end up doubling. We say 100%. I want to make sure we qualify that or clarify it. You don't get 100%. You double the initial sales bonus. So you get 100% of the 30%. So you double it and it becomes 60. I said it, but I didn't quite say. I want to make sure that I'm clear on that because we are training this. So as Joe said, the other thing that we do when you start off as a brand partner, Joe, you get 8%. And I'll talk about this in a second, but we actually have a graduating scale on our binary. So I know we're both believers in to continually put incentives out there for people to grow their business. And the more you grow it, the more opportunity you have to earn additional income. And so most binaries pay a flat 10%. It's 10% of the pay leg, or the leg that has the least amount of volume in it. We're going to talk about this in a second. And then that's it. You get 10% no matter what rank you are. You get 10% in the binary team bonuses.
I was part of that program once upon a time. All I got was 10%. I had no incentive to get any more than 10% on my binary.
That's right, exactly. And so what we'll do is I'll show you in a second. We'll go up to 20% and we'll break that down for you guys. But here's a great thing. Once you hit Rising Star, we give you a ramp up. This is actually starting at the Pearl rank, which is right in the middle of our comp plan. It's 15%. So your binary income will almost double for your first 90 days. And again, we do this because we're trying to get that money back into your pocket. We're trying to get you into the profit because this is a business. And if you treat it like a business, it's going to reward you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, well, it's going to be a hobby. You're going to share it with a few friends. They're going to ask you, hey, you got any more of that salve? My shoulder. Sure, I've got some. Let me go to my website and order. And that's fine. If that's where you are in your life and that's what you want, just to do that, we've got a program for you. And we invite you to come. We have amazing products and you're going to love them. And you're going to share them with your friends and family and they're going to love them. But if you really want to go after it and you want to make a business out of it, that's what we designed this Rising Star program to do. Because can you imagine for as long as you're active and qualified, you bring somebody in 5 years from now and you're making 60% on anything they order in the first 30 days? I mean, it's powerful. So really, really is a great program. So at the point you become a Rising Star, the next step is you want to help your 4 people become Rising Stars. It's during their first 45 days at this point, but help them and now become a Rising Star maker, which is so important because as we said at the top of the training, you can't get to the top of the mountain by yourself. You're going to have to help people along the way. And that's a great thing about this industry. You're in business for yourself, but definitely not by yourself. There's no glass ceiling where you can't make more than your boss. You're always going to make less than him. You can make a lot more than the person who brought you in. You have that opportunity. It's all about your drive and ambition and what you want to do.
Yeah. And one thing on the, get to, then teach them, get for, teach them, get for. When you really leverage this plan right here in the duplicatable model that it is, when it compresses out, guys, it's truly a beautiful thing. And here's where here's where the pavement meets the road, or the rubber meets the road. That's one where the rubber meets the road is, most 90% of everybody does what you heard me talk about linear income. This is the part where it breaks free and puts you on the other side of that equation into residual income. Actually puts you on the other side of the quadrant. If you ever want to know the Rich Dad Poor Dad thing, but it puts you on that other side of the quadrant where you're now leveraging the time of other individuals. And I say that we're helping them get to where they want to go, but that's how you get the power of the duplicatable model going.
Yeah. And you can look at what happened here. If you're helping the people you brought in their first 45 days, so that's going to be anywhere from your first 45 up to, around 2 months, 2.5 months. You've generated 4,000, BV and volume on both legs in this scenario, but you can see that it's really powerful. So you helping your team get to Rising Star helps you achieve rank and earn commissions, which you're going to see in a second. So the next thing that we want to really go over, so we talked about the Rising Star Maker, is our binary team commissions. Now this is the start of the residual aspect of our program. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go pro, and that's coming in, getting into the program, and then go pro 500 and pro 1000. You can see as you continue to climb up in the ranks that you start earning higher percentages. So you can see right here in our binary that we've got 8% all the way down to 20% based on your rank and how you're growing your business. So there's additional bonuses, Joe. I mean, you want to go ahead, Joe, and cover the additional pro 500 and pro 1000 bonuses that we have for people?
You mean the incentive program that we put out there?
Yes.
I could.
You want to cover that, or we want to save that for another training?
Yeah, we'll save that for another training, just for sake of time.
Okay, perfect. So guys, this is our core program. What we'll see is we'll have different incentives to really help you put more money in your pocket quicker. And so that's one of them that we were just mentioning. But you can see down here, you really want to get into those diamond ranks where you have that ability to really earn a substantial. Can you see that the average company paying 10%, you get up to the top ranks, you've doubled that commission. That's absolutely huge that you have that ability to double that. So really, really powerful. So we're going to show you a little bit of how a binary works. Now, our compensation plan is what's called a binary hybrid. So what we've done is we've combined a binary and a unilevel compensation plan, and I'll share the unilevel with you. And so what ends up happening is when you enroll a new brand partner, or anybody in your downline enrolls a new brand partner, they're placed in both of those structures simultaneously. So in the binary, you can see that there's only a possibility to have 2 brand partners directly attached to your business center. That's it. So if you bring on, we want you to bring on 4 or 5. Joe, how many did you bring on in your company? How many did you personally enroll?
Well, over the 5 years, 136.
Yeah, 136. So it's what's called, guys, if you bring on anybody more than 2, it's called spillover. It has to fall down underneath of the people and the team members. So you could tell Joe created a tremendous amount of spillover, and it's like, oh, well, good for Joe. Well, no, not just good for Joe, good for everybody who they fall under. Because if you create a person and they fall down on this outside left leg, down underneath that 4th person, who gets credit for the sale? Everybody who it fell under. So it's a great thing. The binary creates such teamwork from above. So you can get help from above. Typically in a network marketing company and unilevel, you'll see in a second that everybody goes on the first level. So I call it that you eat what you shoot. There's very rare that your upline is going to say, oh, here, let me put this person under you. There are some unilevels that allow that to happen, but for the most part, Joe, they don't. And so a binary creates that teamwork effect to help build those outside legs. And what the system has done is it's set to default. You can actually select where you want it to go, or you can pick it directly, or you can say, look, I want anybody I bring in to go to the far outside of my pay leg, the leg that I get paid on and I need to help on. So it's not going to accidentally put it on the other side. So you can see here in this scenario, what we do, there's 2 different binaries since we're training here. There's a cycle binary, which would be a set number of points. So you say, well, I got three sales on the left, and those are usually when somebody has a static amount. So, they have a single product and let's say it's $100. So you have three products that are sold on one side and 3 on the other. That creates a cycle of 6. And then it generates a set commission for every time you cycle. We don't have that because we have a variety of different products that people can choose, and we have the volume number. So what we do is we will take what's called your pay leg, or the leg with the least amount of volume, what's called the lesser leg, and we will pay you your percentage based on your rank. So you can see in this example, we have 15,000 BV, that's business volume on the left, 18,000 business volume on the right. This particular person is at the rank of Pearl, which you remember from the last slide is at 15%. So we will pay you 15% of the volume on your pay leg, or the leg with the least amount of volume, for 15% of 15,000, which is $2,250 that week. We pay commissions weekly. So what ends up happening now is we will zero out all the volume because we paid you on it on your left team. So you'll see that in your binary history that back in your back office. And then what we do is we deduct the equal amount of volume from your power leg or your strong leg. So we'll deduct 15,000 in volume because you have to have a matching amount in a binary. All binaries have a balance rule. And then what we do is, years ago, binaries used to call what we call flush. In other words, you get paid on the 15,000, they take the equal amount on the other side, and it would just wipe out whatever was left over. Well, we don't do that. We will take that 3,000 extra volume from the 18, and we will carry that forward into the next commission cycle, which is the very next week. And now you start that week with already 3,000 BV to build from, Joe, on the strong leg, and growing, I'm sure, if it's a good healthy leg. And then whatever sales that you generate on the left leg, that's when we will pay you on it. Now, to keep in mind, since we're training,
Jeff,
go ahead, Joe.
I want to point this out, seeing how we're right there. You know, he was talking about balancing the leg out, the carryover. One of the things that I've never really kind of talked about this, and I thought it was a good time to share it because we're doing some training. As an industry leader, every time that I would bring somebody into a binary, I felt responsible, Jeff, to go out there and help build below them, even though, everyone builds their own thing, but I would go help build below them, because here's what my thought was: the sooner I can get their leg blown out, one leg, I say blow out, in other words, become the greater leg of the two, the greater team, they would start earning money right away on just the lesser leg by just putting people down that lesser leg. So I always focused on trying to find the right people to place in, so the volume would come up immediately. And previous, we were talking about teamwork. That's one of the greatest things about a binary, is that you really work together. But I always made sure that I would always help, people get a blown out leg, so they would focus on one leg and, start making money that way. That's just was my philosophy.
Right. And I want to, because, we're training here. So I want, because as you guys grow, and we have several leaders on the call, as you grow and you start having more and more people on your team, people get involved. They look at the compensation plan. They're saying, wow, 2 people, I can do that. I can build that. And so they're excited because they got to get 2 and then work with just 2 teams and not 5 teams or 10 teams across, but they can work with 2 teams. They get the right people and they can build. And what's going to happen is, it is so rare that your binary grows completely even. You're going to end up having one team that just takes off and grows quicker than the other team. It's just going to happen. And so, here's how I look at it. Some people, will look at that and they'll look and go, oh my gosh, look what's happening over there. I just got a runaway leg, which is what they call it. And I'm not getting paid on that. Well, you can. It's sitting over there waiting for you. And I can't believe it. I'm not getting that. I'm making the company all this money. Well, I guess that, the glass is half empty and half full, right? Both are right. But I prefer to look at it as the glass is half full, because here's the reality. When I got into the company, when I joined Hülsa, I was so excited that I only had to build 2 teams and build it out, right? I was so pumped. I can do this program. And now I get into a situation where I have that power leg that's running away and doing amazing. You can either look at it like, look what I'm losing, and you're not. It's sitting there waiting for you, as you see in the example here, 18,000 BV, it'll just go there. Or you can look at it like, you know what? This is fantastic. I have 50% of the work being done for me. I got excited because I had to do 100% of the work and build 2 teams. I just have to support my people on the power leg, because you have to put people over there. And now I'm going to work. I'm going to work like crazy on the other leg, because I know that every time I do something, I'm getting paid. And now here's the great things. You have inside legs you can actually work with and really help support somebody on an inside leg. It doesn't matter to you because it's on your pay leg, and you're going to get paid every time something happens in there. So I think it's a great scenario to be in. I've always said, the best place to be in is under a leader, because if you're on the other side of a leader, guess where he's going to focus? Because he's going to build a power leg, or she's going to build a power leg for sure. You want to be on that other leg, because now you're going to get 80% of their attention.
100%, 100% on that.
It's that's what makes a binary so powerful. It's legitimate teamwork. It really is. So this starts the residual part of the income. The next slide that we'll go to talks about the unilevel. Remember, I was talking about the unilevel, and it's how it's built. In fact, Spencer, because we're training, go to the next slide and then we'll come back to this slide. Here's what a unilevel looks like, guys. Well, in our unilevel, it's our unilevel team commissions. We pay down 5 levels. And I'll tell you why when David and I were putting this together, why we did it. I believe that there's pros and cons to every compensation plan. I just explained to you what some people view as a con to the binary. I got one leg. I got people over there. I'm not getting paid on them because they're on my power leg or my strong leg. I'm only getting paid over here. Well, in a unilevel environment, everybody that you personally enroll, they get placed in the binary tree, but they also get placed in the unilevel, depending on. So you can have not just 2 wide, you could have 150 wide. You could have 1,000 wide. We don't care. There's unlimited width is what a unilevel pays on. So everybody you personally bring in will be placed on your first level. Anybody that they bring in will be on your second level, which would be their first level. And so what we've done is we pay 5 levels, and we put this in here so that we can help people. Maybe you've never been successful in networking and you've tried, or maybe you're new to networking. So we want to try to give people a path of, doesn't mean it's going to happen automatically, but a path to try to get to $300 to $500 a month. And we believe that that's kind of the sweet spot where if somebody's making that, they won't quit. And if they learn how they can get to 500, they can say, you know what? If I just do this, this, and that, listen to my upline, and make a few adjustments, or maybe just rinsing and repeating what I'm doing, I think I can get this to 1,000. And once they can get to 1,000, Joe, they're going to keep building. And next thing they're going to know, they're going to be at 2,000, 3, 5, 10. They start getting over 10,000. They've got some decisions to make, of what they want to do. Man, if I could go full time in this business, what do you think I could do with it? So we put the unilevel in there to help people get those bonuses. And so I'm going to go back to the other slide real quick and talk about the percentages. So what we do is we take 40% of all the volume that's generated from customer sales, on reoccurring orders. These are the smart ship orders that your team members get on, and any social influencers that are on your team. So we take 100% of that volume, and we take 40% of that chunk. We pay the others down the binary. We take 40% of it and we pay it out in the unilevel. So and we pay 100% of it out. And you can see what we do. Most companies save the deeper, bigger percentages for the highest ranks, but we wanted people to have the path early on. So at Platinum, you can see that we max out the commission percentages, the same as Red Diamond, our highest rank. So you earn, and you can see that the first 2 levels, they pay the highest. It's 70% of the entire bonus. So we want new people. This comes in right as you're a pro, right when you come in as a brand partner, you start earning 40% of the 40% of what I told you, the customer orders, social influencer orders, and the reoccurring orders. Then once you hit bronze, you pick up the second level to get 30%. Then you can see silver, you pick up a level, gold, you pick up a level, then platinum, you're maxing it out and keep going. So, and of course, Joe, I don't think any Red Diamond is going to send back this portion of their check.
No,
they get paid too.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing too, is what you guys, Jeff, you and David did in this comp plan is that we want the new brand partners to start earning money right away. When you get down to Red Diamond money, right, they're already making 7 figures a year, right? So they're already all in. And so this plan is kind of inverted here to get you, the new person, the new brand partner, to start earning money right away in their first couple of levels. So there's where, as you said, 70% is built into the first 2 levels. And I mean, that's, really kind of unheard of, but we want to make sure that you start earning your money, your residual money back right away.
Yeah. And if let's say somebody's at one of the diamond ranks, say, well, that's not fair. We've built a big team. We're helping the company. We should get more percentages deeper. Well, I mean, you could look at it that way, or you could look at it like the more people we can help keep on your team, bringing people in, staying on the auto ship, on their auto delivery every month, enjoying the product and doing it, that helps you. Attrition is a huge thing in network marketing. And so this is one of the things that we put in to help keep the attrition from happening. I run the commissions every week. So I see those checks from those people who get this, they're staying in. Maybe that bonus isn't enough to pay for all your auto ship, but if you can pay for half of it and you're having a remarkable results from being our amazing products, maybe you're sleeping. Or of course, if you can't sleep and you're taking the sleep, you'd probably pay you'd probably pay anything for it. But it's even better, a discount's always good, right, Joe?
That's 100. That's right. Always, discounts are always good. More money's even better.
Yeah, that's it. More money, more money, more money. All right, so that's the unilevel. So you can see that we play those percentages out and why we put it in there. The next part of the plan is, and these are all part of the residual, is our leadership check match. Now, this is also done in a leadership format. Now, the other one we showed you paid down 5 levels. And as I said, everybody you sponsors on your first level, everybody they sponsor is on your second, anybody the second level sponsors on your third. So it just stacks one on top of another. A generational bonus doesn't do that because it doesn't kick in. It's a leadership check match, right? So what it does is it pays you. We take all the binary commissions that were earned by everybody on your team in your binary. We take those commissions they've earned and we take 50% of it. So we cut it in half, and then we take that 50% dollar value and we pay it down 7 generations. And so that's the bonus. So it's really, really powerful. And we pay 100% of that 50% out. Now, here's the great thing about this. And this is, by the way, Joe, it's a differential bonus. So if you're a red diamond and you've brought somebody in and they're generating a binary check, and let's say that they earned $200 that week in their binary, and they're not at the silver rank yet, we take that 50%, so it'll be $100, right? You earn 100% of it. So it all adds up. If you're getting a 30% because you have 8 customer sales, and this is actually something, we usually skip over, but it's a training. You see the first generation where it says 20 to 30%. People say, well, all right, it's actually not 22, it's 20 or 30. How do I get to 30? I mean, 30 is better than 20. I mean, I don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out, right? If you will have 8 customer sales, either preferred or one-off, a combination of the two, in the previous month, we will bump your first generation from 20 to 30%. That's a 50% bonus on that first generation. And you can see, Joe, that it starts at the rank of silver. So as you remember, we had the Pro 500, Pro 1000, we have bronze, and then silver. It's still very low in the rank system, but it starts at silver. So a generation is a generation of silver. Now, before we jump to the next slide, what I want to do, you can see here as you go to gold, you pick up a next generation. You hit platinum, you pick up a 3rd generation, and pearl. Joe, when you were in the company, really, and I know you've been in several, binary hybrids, what is the most levels that you've been able to pick up, within a generation? I mean, because it's not about levels, it's about generations of silver.
Yeah, that's kind of tough questions, because when we think about generations versus levels, you think about, let's look at, if you're married, and you have your kids, and then they have their kids, and they have so the more kids, the wider that goes, right? So the generations, as you get down to the 7 generations, I mean, the lineage is enormous. And
hundreds.
When I had teams of over 200,000, I was getting paid in that depth. That's where you get really wide in that generational check match, leadership check match, because it's so deep. And when you can get deep into the comp plan, that's where the value, the true beauty of these kind of plans, where the money really starts kicking in.
Right. And so you can see when we say generations of silver, and you can see that your percentages increase. And here's what we've done. When you get to the upper ranks, the blue and the red diamond, we flip it on its here. Look at red diamond. You start off at 20 or 30%, and then it's 20% on the 2nd generation. And we'll go into 10, 10, 5, 5. 20% on the 7th generation. Red diamond check is going to go up by 25%.
They usually get smaller the deeper you go in the generation.
Yeah. So we wanted to really give that carrot. Now, what I want to help you guys understand a generation. So you see the first generation of silver. Spencer, go back one slide. Just go back one slide from that one. Then we'll go to that one. Go back one more. Go back. There you go. So what we're going to assume with this, you see this slide? Let's assume that you built this team, right? You see how big it's gotten, everything. And let's also assume this is you at the top, and you're the only silver. You're the only one that's qualified for silver right now in your organization. even though that's 5 levels, everybody, because there's no other silver, everybody's in your first generation. And you're making 20 or 30% of 50% of their binary income. That's the power. It's not based on levels. And here's what Joe had even mentioned. Each one of these 6, it's their own finger. So you may go ahead and go 2 slides ahead, Spencer. You may end up, as you see here, the number 5 person, they hit silver. They hit the silver rank. So in that leg alone, just in the 5th one, that stopped your first generation. So if you were a silver, then you're going to earn 20% of 50% of their binary income. But if you're only a silver, you wouldn't be eligible to earn on anything below them, because you'd need to be a gold to pick up that second generation, because it's anything below that first one, right? But look at the other ones. You have 5 other people on there that are still within your first generation. And so you can see here that your second generation, all the white, and you see here on the 3rd level that somebody else broke silver. So that would end your second generation. So if you were a gold, that would end your second one. Now you're still earning the 20% for the gold on everybody else. Other than that person, you have to be a platinum to pick up the 3rd generation of silver. So they really incentivize you to continue to build wide, to sponsor more and more and more people, because as I said, it's a differential. So the higher your rank, if you are a diamond, your total percentage is 67.5%. So if you're a diamond rank and you bring in somebody new that's going for it, if they haven't hit silver yet, you're earning 67.5% of 50% of their check, of their binary check. Absolutely amazing. And that's just one person. Can you imagine you're earning? You'll have some people that you're earning, a 20% override on. Some people are earning a 2.5 or, because it depends on where they break, because it's a differential. So you want to keep growing and keep going. And it's absolutely powerful. So even if you said, oh my gosh, well, if I hit red diamond and I'm making 90 to 100%, depending if you have the 8 customer sales, if I'm earning 90 to 100% and I break another red diamond, oh my gosh, well, they're blocking me out. Well, keep in mind, it's a generational. So let's say that red diamond was on your first level. Well, if they're a red diamond, Joe, I would imagine their binary income is going to be pretty outrageous. I mean, it's going to be really, really good. I mean, it could be, let's just say it was $100,000 for the month, right? Well, it's a differential bonus. So you still get it on your first generation, and that's your first generation. So they block you from the rest of their downline because of the same rank. But on theirs alone, we would take the 100 grand, we divide it in half, that's $50,000, and you would earn 90 or 100% of that, depending if so. I know if it was me, Joe, I'm going down there and getting 8 customer sales.
That's right.
Because
that's right.
I'm going to get that 100% on there, and so now you would get $50,000 just on that person alone. So this is such a powerful plan, and we made it even better because we made it a differential. It's not just like, oh, I only get 20% on this and this and that. No, I mean, you can earn the whole stack, if you bring in new people. So it really incentivizes you to continue to bring in people, to look for new leaders. And trust me, when you get to those upper ranks, your commissions are going to be good enough that people are going to be hunting you down. Hey, Joe, tell me what you're doing, man.
Is that right?
I see on Facebook you're going on another vacation. We'll talk about those in a second.
That's right.
So really powerful. So that's the residual part of our income that blocks it out. And this is so, this will end up being, Joe, I mean, you were making 180,000 a month. Was this one bonus? Was it the single largest of all the modules?
100%. Yes, it was. And what's interesting is, the numbers that we have here compared to when I was making that kind of income on Leadership Check Match, we went down to, I think a bottom level at the way down deep was like only maybe 2 or 1.5%. It was silly, I mean,
right.
It would have been this comp plan based on the volume that I had done before. I probably wouldn't be on this call right now. I'd probably be somewhere owning my own island.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're really, really powerful comp plans. So the next part of the compensation plan ties in the lifestyle bonuses. This is where we reward you for helping other people become successful. You cannot make diamond to red diamond without having, platinums and pearls and emeralds in your group. Now, these are very common in networking. So, we're not the only ones, to do this. Uh, but what a lot of companies do, especially on the initial bonus, they'll give you what they call a car bonus. And that car bonus will pay you up to a certain dollar amount. Most of them do $1,000 on the initial bonus. So you'll get up to $1,000. Well, when I say up to, the reason is whatever your payment is, and it has to be new or within a couple years old. And it's usually a certain model. So a few companies let you go whatever luxury car you want, but other ones like you have to have a BMW, or you have to, our car's Audi, or our car's a Mercedes, or our car's a Cadillac. Whatever that happens to be, you have to get it. Well, we thought, wow, I mean, why? I mean, why should we dictate what you do to the money? You earned it. You became a diamond. $1,000 a month. As long as you maintain the rank of diamond, you'll get $1,000 a month. If you need a new car, go get a car that you want. Maybe you don't want a car. Maybe you want a truck. Maybe you need a truck, and you like trucks. Nothing wrong with cars, but you like trucks. So you want to go get a truck. You can get a nice truck for a lease payment of $1,000 a month. So, and as you climb up, you become black diamond, you get 2,500, blue diamond 5,000, and then red diamond 10,000. Now, here's the thing about that. You'll see some of these comp plans. Yeah, but our comp plan pays $100,000 if you make it to red diamond. You only do 10. Well, okay, let's unpack that a little bit, because you see pictures of these guys standing on stage with a 3 foot by 4 foot or 5 foot check, taking that to the bank and cashing it, right? And they'll say $100,000. Well, they really didn't get $100,000 that day. They were given a $10,000 check. So what the companies will say is, if you maintain this rank, we will give you $10,000 a month up to $100,000. And if you drop out of that rank, then you will not get it. So some companies, you lose it altogether. So if you only qualified 1 month, which is pretty common for people's organizations to go up and down in the beginning until you get stability at that rank, then you don't ever get it back. You make 10,000 out of $100,000 bonus. Your whole downline and the rest of that company that company thinks you got 100 grand. Oh my gosh, you're embarrassed. That you're not going to go tell them that you only got that. I mean, you're not going to do that. So you just smile, and it's painful smile, because you didn't get it. Now, there are some companies that have a grace period. So if you drop down, you've got a couple months to get back to that rank. And if you don't, then you lose it. And so with us, yeah, if you're red diamond, you drop the blue diamond, we're not going to give you 10, but you get 5. And the minute you drop, you come back to red diamond, you're back at 10. And let's say that, you're for 6 months, you're red diamond, blue diamond, red diamond, blue diamond, red diamond, blue diamond. It doesn't matter. You're either getting 5 or 10, 5 or 10. And then all of a sudden you get stability in your organization where the consistent numbers are hitting there. And now you're 10,000 for life. So not 100,000 over 10 months. You maintain red diamond for, 3 years, you're getting $360,000 in lifestyle bonuses. So, that's powerful. And that's something that, we're really proud of, because we let you have, make up your own mind what you want to do with that. Joe, I know you've stood on stage with a few of those big 3 foot by 4 foot checks.
Yeah, I mean, the car thing, and I'd much rather have a choice to do what I want to do with that money, and then of course be able to qualify. If I miss it, I can still qualify again to get that. So I'd rather have it this way for sure.
Sure, then go get what you want, right?
Right.
Now, the next part of the plan is our lifestyles. I mean, our rewards trips, and everybody loves to travel. It's even great when the company's paying for it, right? You're taking a vacation for you and your spouse. So what we do is we have different tiers of vacation, so our trips. So what we do is, once you hit, right now we have a promo till the end of June. If you reach the rank of gold by the end of June, you will earn our Bahamas cruise. It's a cruise for 2. We've had the whole pandemic COVID thing going on. So, we actually set it for November, hoping that that actually happens, but we'll get it in at some point. So everybody qualified for the cruise will get to go on the cruise, and you only get to do that one time. So typically it's a platinum, it's a cruise for platinum, not a cruise for gold. So, but we're running the promo right now. So it's a cruise at platinum. You hit platinum, you get to go one time. Now the other ones, the diamonds, black diamond, blue diamond, red diamond, those reward trips, every year that you're qualified at that rank, you get to go on that trip. So the first one is either going to be 5 days, everything paid for, the Grand Wailea or equivalent. That's in Maui. Beautiful resort. Joe, I know you've been there a few times, so you probably know the staff by name, and they know you.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great time. You get there in your room, and there's gifts, and there's a Visa gift card to go out there and shop and spend and have a good time. And every year you're at a Diamond or Black Diamond, you're going back to that trip with everybody that's there. And the first time you want to go, I mean, it's like here's a great thing about this business. You can be in business with the people you like. It's like, the Fagans sponsored the Riles. I mean, they vacation together and it's a fun. Well, why not let Hülsa pay for it? Right? I mean, it just becomes even better when you vacation with your friends and you make new friends from across the company and you go on these vacations. So as you continue to have success, like every other incentive in our comp plan, you hit Blue Diamond, you're going on the Blue Diamond trip. Now you're getting 7 days, at even a better exclusive destination, all inclusive, with all the other Blue Diamonds. The Black Diamonds and the Diamonds don't get to go on it. They got to qualify for that rank, and every year you qualify, you go. And then with the Red Diamonds, 10 days, lavish vacation. Here's the thing, Joe, that we had said, at least at the Blue and the Red Diamond ranks or vacations, we are going to give everybody that year. So let's say, this happens coming up in, this year or 2022, whenever we break these ranks, everybody who goes, we can say, look, here's a choice of whatever number, 3, 5, 7, whatever we pick. These are the destination options for next year. You guys pick, you guys vote amongst yourselves, and that's where everybody's going. So that next year, we stand up and say, who's having a great time? And of course, then the roof comes off the place. Everybody's having a great time. Said, do you love the resort? You love the destination? You love where you are? Yeah, the roof comes off the place again. Say, you can turn around and think, you can thank that Blue Diamond or that Red Diamond that was here last year, because they're the one who chose the resort. And guess what you guys get to do? You get to choose it for next year. So, I mean, I just really love that. It creates a family atmosphere. And, I think people just really, really like that. And Joe, I know when you do your opportunity meeting, you show a lot of great pictures from all over the world.
Yeah.
And great memories that you and Patrice have gotten to travel with dear friends.
Yeah. I was just thinking on this thing, I'd be choosing the Four Seasons Resort in Bora Bora. That's probably one of my favorite destinations for sure.
Yep. Absolutely amazing. It's fun to go to Bora Bora anytime, I'm sure, but it's even better when somebody else is paying for it.
Right. Yep.
So doesn't get any better than that. So the next part of the as we continue to go through this, I want to talk a little bit about the Founders Club, because there may be some confusion on this, and this is the training. The Founders Club is a limited club that's limited to the first 5,000 people who period. So you join. Now you do this within your first 30 days. So as a founder, if you will generate 900 PV in volume in the first 30 days. Now we have we call a founders pack to make it easy if you just want to do it. And that's really 4 complete packs. So it's 4 of everything that we currently have. If you can do that, or you can go get customer sales. Now this is it's PV. So it's not 900 based on your downline in your group. So it's what you do personally in your first 30 days. So if somebody came in with a momentum pack, which is 400, and they created a bunch of customer sales that gave them 400, they've now qualified. They've now founder qualified. Now you're there as a qualified, but then you have 6 months to reach the rank of gold. And at gold, just so you know, it's 5,000 in a week in volume on your pay leg, on your lesser leg. So if you do that one time, you're now vested for as long as you're active and qualified in Hülsa. Now to share in that, so what we do is we take 1% of the company's total business volume, or PVBV, all the volume that we generate, and we stick it into a pool, and we split that equally amongst everybody who's qualified. So, once you come in and you hit that gold or better, now you're vested. Now to share in it, you have to be gold to share in it, but you know that you're there. You're vested. You're one of the 5,000. Keep going. You get your rank back up to gold, and now you're splitting it. Now, these types of bonuses, you don't see them at every company, but they're not uncommon. But the great thing that we do is most of the other companies, they don't split it equally. So if you're a red diamond in the company, you're going to get a bigger percentage of that pool. And I totally get why they do that, right? They're rewarding the leader, and I have no problem with that. But we looked at it and said, you know what? If you believe in us and you come in and say, look, we're going to do this, and we're going to really go for this program, and we're going to buy that product, and we're going to get out there and sell it and push this program, because you're not just going to come in here and casually do this. You're doing it because you see that you have a path to see your dreams, and you see things come true and happen. So at that point in time, if you do it, then you're going to go for it, and we want you to get there. And so you hit that rank of gold, you're going to get an equal share with the red diamonds and the blue diamonds and the black diamonds and the diamonds who also are in the Founders Club. It doesn't matter to us, so you're going to go ahead and get that. And that, I mean, that is a little unusual. Again, I understand, Joe, why other companies do it, and I don't have a problem with that. But, I just really thought it was fair to do that, because, somebody say number 4,999. It's like, well, geez, I mean, I can see that. How much of the pool's left, after those big beasts end up swallowing it up? I mean, they're already making enough money. They're already making six figures on the binary and the leadership check match. Why do you got to give them all this? So, it's just one of those things that, and again, you if you're a leader, you want your people sticking. Yeah. You want your people doing it, and they're not going to go anywhere, and that's just going to keep your checks really flowing.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about global volume, right? North American global, I mean, 1% of that pool, whether it's, 1% of that, percentage of it is a huge amount. Let's say 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, that's a massive amount. So that's why, it's just an added incentive for those first coming into the company to be able to partake in that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we're that's a good news for us. We're young, we're small.
Yeah.
We're just getting started. So you're in a great place. If you're brand new in the company, that's great. I mean, how many times oh man, yeah, those people who got in early, well, yeah, there's an advantage to getting in early, and you're here. Congratulations. So if you chose to be a part of us with the Founders Program, thank you. And if you're brand new and you came in, you're like, oh man, I didn't really realize that. It wasn't explained to me that way. It's not too late. You're in your first 30 days. You can upgrade. We have different upgrade packages in your back office as well. So next we, what's next? What do you, this shows the qualification. So by the way, this slide is available in your back office. You have under your document library, you have this complete presentation. This shows you what it takes to qualify for each of the ranks. So it's good to know, you have to have a plan to be successful. And in that, you need to know how to get to the next rank. So once you achieve one rank, once you hit gold, you're like, all right, how do I hit platinum? What do I got to do? And so you see what you got to do. There's the benchmark. It's not a moving target. And you start pushing, you start moving towards that. So what's next? Go out there and build it. It's such a powerful plan, Joe. I think it addresses, every aspect that I could think of. I think it's fair, it's balanced, it rewards people commensurate to their levels. It gives people an opportunity to fast start the program and come out great in the beginning. And then it rewards you all the way through. We put the rewards trips, as David says in the video, at the front of the plan. Most companies put it further back. So we want you to have something to shoot for that wow, they did it. And we pay weekly. Some companies pay weekly on part of it, monthly on the other part. You earn it, you get it.
Yeah. Well, look, as Jeff said, I mean, the comp plan is a very well thought out, and I looked at it, the new, as you always hear me say, can the new person make money? Can the person who's very seasoned make money? And both of those were yes. So you can make it at the very beginning as you start it, and you can make it as you grow into leadership, and you can make a lot of money as you grow into it. And Jeff, you did a fantastic job tonight. This will be, we'll have Spencer do his editing, whatever he does, that he works his magic, and then we'll send this out as soon as he can get it edited and get it out to the team so you can have it to review, send it out to your team. And look, it's June. We got the Cruise for Gold this month. Let's finish it off, and I'll make sure that we get some announcements out within this week so you guys can be reminded, get your team reminded. Let's just hit gold, get to gold, go on a cruise, and even if we got to use Tim's boat, man, I know he's got a couple of them. We can go on Tim and Wendy's boat, right? Here we go. We can go on their boat. If we can't get out on a cruise boat to the Bahamas, we'll go to Tim and Wendy's and just have a good old time. But look, get out there, make it happen, guys. And let's have a great month as we roll into the summertime. And summertime is when it fires up. Yes, it gets hot, but it's also a time when network marketing teams start building and building strong. And wholesale, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of big things that are happening. We've been working really hard behind the scenes to grow this company for each and every one of you. And we want to thank you all for participating every time we have one of these trainings or we have an opportunity call. So thank you, everybody. Jeff, another great job, man. I learned a lot because I said, my gosh, this guy knows this thing inside out. Yeah, because he built it. So thanks, buddy. You did a great job. Spencer, thanks for the slide. Everybody who was on tonight, thank you, everybody. God bless. Joel Licciardi.
Thank you, guys.
See y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.